Hey everyone, welcome to 99.6 The Howl for the uninitiated. This is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes. It's been a while. I've been week to week with an upper body injury, like much of us Coyotes fans know all too well. It's getting pretty ridiculous at this point. I've never seen so many injuries occur to a team consistently through a number of years. I mean, Mike Smith always used to get an injury every season. It was prophecy that he would get injured in a season. And then Martin Hanzal, who was supposed to be a number one center made of glass throughout his whole career and continues to get injured on other teams as well. We could throw in so many. Max Domi breaking his hand in his second season and effectively ruining his Coyotes career in that uniform. And then Antti Ranta last season out for half the season. Nicholas Stralmerson last season missing half the season, who never got injured on Chicago, comes to the Coyotes and immediately gets injured. This season, they're missing their top goalie, their top two defensemen in Demers, who paired great with OEL. Missing Dvorak, your second centerman. Missing Grabner, a 25 to 30 goal scorer, depth scorer, great on the penalty kill. And now Nick Schmaltz. They finally get an offensive talent in Nick Schmaltz, who produced consistently offensively, and now he's out week to week. Nick Schmaltz was such a difference maker. He had 14 points in 16 games since the trade, and not only that, he made Clayton Keller a better player as well. Keller had 14 points in 16 games with Schmaltz as well. So not only was he producing consistently, he made players around him better. And here we are, couple rough games, inconsistent games. The Coyotes look like they play a great first period. They'll probably score a goal. And then in the middle frame, they'll break down. Or from then on, they won't establish offensive zone time for the entire game. And just try to hang on, try to score ugly goals or off the rush goals like they did last night with Fisher. But after the first period, they can't hit the neutral zone with speed. It's like the other team makes some adjustments to slow them down. They can't gain possession in the offensive end with possession. They're forced to chip and chase the puck. And then once they do chip and chase the puck behind the opponent's D, the opponent's D gets there first and wins the battles, and back the other way the other team goes. And it's been consistently like that for a really long time now, probably 2 weeks. That Vegas game, they looked great in the first period. They had a good second, and then the wheels fell off in the third. Against Edmonton, they had a great first as well. And then we're kind of flat through the second and third. Against New Jersey last night, pretty good first period. They held New Jersey to 0 shots in like 12 minutes. And then did not generate at all in the second and third period. It's getting way noticeable as games go on how the Coyotes can establish their grinding zone time style. They can hit the neutral zone with speed. It is really evident. Other problems is a power play. With all these injuries, it's affecting the power play the most. You can't have Connor Garland on the first power play unit. He's good. He scored against New Jersey. He's great 5-on-5. Like, he hustles and he digs into the corners. He retrieves pucks. But on the power play, he just fumbles the puck too much. And he doesn't really touch the puck much on the power play since he's on the first unit. It's mostly Keller, OEL, and Galchenyuk controlling the play. So I'm not really sure what Garland's supposed to do in that situation. Yeah, you have Panic in front of the net because he's a big body and could screen the goalie. But Connor Garland's just there looking like a fish out of water, not knowing what to do. And then the second power play unit, you got Hinostroza, Stepan, and Fisher with Chychrun and Goligoski. I like Chychrun and Goligoski there. But Stepan and Fisher on that second power play unit, I mean, there's not much skill there. And I'm not saying you should split up the top unit and move him to the second unit. I'm just saying get Garland out of the first unit, maybe put him on the second unit, and maybe make him control the play with him and Hinestroza, and then make Chikrin the OEL of the second unit. Bring Fisher on the top power play unit to have Panik and Fisher causing havoc in front of the net, because it's really, like I said, Keller and Galchenyuk and OEL controlling the play, touching the puck the most on a top power play unit, and it's just not working. They failed to score on a 5-on-3, failed to score on a 4-minute power play. They had, 5 power plays that game? They went 0 for 5. And they didn't gain any momentum from the power play. In fact, they gained more momentum from killing penalties from their own power plays. So, I mean, what are you going to do? With Schmaltz out, that's a huge hole to fill. Because before, without Schmaltz, you had Strome and Perlini, which are competent, skilled guys. Strome's good on the power play. He's not really great 5-on-5, but he can do work on the power play. So you're missing Strome and the guy you brought in for Strome and Schmaltz. So it's just a bunch of grinders, big bodies, and inexperienced guys on your power play, and they cannot get it done. And it showed. They would have won that game if they had a competent power play. You can't just keep feeding Galchenyuk. And then Keller had a really bad game against the Devils. You could really tell he was missing Schmaltz, just either being on the bench or even on the power play. I know they're not on the same line anymore, but you saw something wrong with Keller. He wasn't really playing with confidence. Even in that overtime, he didn't look the greatest. The goaltending situation, you're getting the same thing every night. They're not playing poorly in Kemper and Hill. They're giving the team the chance to win games, and the Coyotes are not repaying the favor. Kemper made a couple great saves. I thought Hill was pretty good against Edmonton. Obviously, that McDavid goal can't really stop that. He's too inexperienced to face the best player in the game. So from here on out, they got a point. That's all right. But I think the Kings and the Blues and the Blackhawks are biting at the tails of the Coyotes. And it could go bad. It could go wayside. They could go in the basement in a flash. They got the Rangers tomorrow. Hopefully they could catch them on a tough road trip. But it's hard to watch these games because the players you want to watch are all injured. So you're basically just watching 3 lines of basically filler guys who shouldn't be playing where they should be in the lineup. But, it's the Coyotes. You got to support them, and I'll continue to do so. Let's hope 2019 is a great year, because 2018 was pretty good for the Coyotes. So hopefully 2019 continues that trend. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support.